Hi everybody, Raging back with another Mechabellum video. Before we get into the video today, I have a quick announcement to make. I have officially crossed 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. These last 11 months have been a hell of a journey, and I want to say a huge thanks to this community. Obviously, I couldn't have made it this far without all of you. I look forward to continuing to bring you high-quality Mechabellum content. If you do enjoy these videos or find them helpful, please do like and subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment with any questions or suggestions with content that you'd maybe like to see. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video, just featuring lots of rhinos and Steelballs. Our opponent is Kepals. Kepals is 2100 MMR, or even slightly higher than that, not really sure. We're like 1950 MMR in this game, and I was playing on my alt account. Rhino Specialist, I go with Rhino Spec with the Steelballs and the Hounds. And Kepals goes with the Missile Strike Specialist. He has Sabertooth, Arclight. I really like these openers right now. I think Sabertooth Arclight is probably one of the stronger openings. You can pair it with Wraiths, get lots of chaff, and Sabertooths are so tanky. They're like hard to kill, and then the Wraiths kind of will own everything in the sky. Pretty common strategy right now. Very, very strong one. Like I said, we are Rhino Specialists. We have Steelballs and Hounds, and having played Kepals, you know, many times over the last year and a half or so, I know that he likes to set up on this side of the board. So with Steelballs, I kind of like to play the 69 games, so we can take the tower, we can kill the Sabertooth. Knowing that he sets up sort of like on this side, I will position my crawlers in a very specific way because I'm playing Kepals, and I know that he likes this side. So we have the Steelballs and Hounds in this formation. I always put a crawler on the outside of the board like this because it very often will take the tower. And with these crawlers, knowing that he'll be sort of like right here, I want to position them properly so that, yeah, I put them here because now the Steelballs will actually block for the crawlers. And yeah, you'll see these crawlers, because they live here and they're not being shot by the Arclight, they now act as chaff for the rest of the Steelballs. We do have one Assassin Ball taking the tower. He also gets our tower, but we've already killed the Sabertooth. And our Steelball is already locked on the Arclight. And Steelballs, being the smartest unit in the game, always go for the towers. So we will take round one here. Very nice round one with some Steelballs and Hounds, crawlers. Pretty hard to take down the Sabers, so it does feel nice to win these rounds. A nice first round here. I've been playing the Rhino Specialist with Wasps a lot lately because my friend Cheese Mechabellum has been coaching me in the ways of the Rhino Wasp gospel, as he calls it, and it's been really fun. I've been playing it like constantly the last 3 days. This game isn't exactly a Rhino Wasps game, but I did try, but it does sort of just turn into a subsidized Steelball game here, which is offered. We do have sub-balls offered, laser sights, mass-produced wasp, and elite hacker. I actually think hacker looks good for him, since I have all of the many bodies with the Hounds and the Steelballs. But subsidized Steelballs, when you're already in Steelballs, pretty hard to pass up. And I will have Rhinos as well, so we could just have like a pile of fast-moving units. Kepals goes with the laser sight. That's my that was going to be my other pick, was the laser sight. Kepals here sets up vertical sledgehammers in front of his tower because this is really good at slowing down Steelballs. It's a good play. He puts the laser sight on the Sabertooth. He doesn't... When I see laser sight on Sabertooth, this is not a common unit that the laser sight would go on. So it tells me that he's going to be selling this unit. He wants to transition out of the Sabertooth into something else. That could be Phoenix, Wraith, all kinds of other units, but that's a bit of a telegraph saying, I don't want this unit. I get crawlers, and I get a subsidized Steelball, and I'm going to put it right over here in his flank, and we're going to continue to pressure this tower heavily. And we're just going to get the flank set up. E being Missile Strike Spec does hit all of our Hounds and crawlers, basically, and I did make my tower level 2. So he does have the tanks in front, but luckily we have some Steelballs coming from behind now. He is on our tower, but we have made it level 2. And this will actually help us a lot. If this was dead, our Steelballs would be dying now. Making this level 2 makes it possible to take down this Sabertooth. And after we take down this Sabertooth, we have enough Steelballs with the additional Steelballs to take down this Sabertooth and the Arclight, but we will die to the Fangs. But still, a very good round. Take down all of the high HP damaging units. Okay, so I immediately picked the advanced power system because, I mean, I'm in sub Steelballs, I have a fast army, got a Rhino on its way next turn, free level 2 Rhino. So in preparation for that Rhino, decided to get some Wasps. These are my Wasp techs right now. I'm going to put a Rhino here. We're going to have this glob of fast moving units that sort of just like move across the board and take out the tower, take out the tower, take out the rest of the units, right? Now we do have a flying unit as well. I also grab a Crawler on this turn. And I've left a space of 3 here for the level 2 Rhino that we'll get next turn. So I'm going to slot him in here, and we'll create even more pressure. We're going to have a big flank here. It's going to move horizontally across the board like this. But so far for me, it's just Crawlers, Hounds, Steelballs, and now a Wasp. Like I said, because the laser sight was on this unit, he did sell it. He's leveled this Sabertooth, which will be pretty good for taking this tower. And actually, Kepals really likes HE Phantom Rays. So he takes the Phantom Ray, and he clicks HE, and he puts the laser sight on it. HE Phantom Rays are pretty good against Steelballs, actually, because the splash can take out the pack relatively well. It's a really well-timed turn for it as well, because I just went with Wasps, specifically the HE. But there's a lot of stuff on the ground here for now, so our Wasps will be able to take out the Phantom Rays. We also have level 2 Steelballs now. And we have speed also. So because we have speed, we're actually getting to this Sabertooth before it can start shooting this tower. Speed is, and I'm also taking temp speed. So everything's moving at 22 meters already on round 3. I'm already clicking speed. I like to do that a lot. I like to keep the tempo on. So when I'm already winning, right? If I click the speed button, what it does is it allows my units to get in quicker. Like these Steelballs wouldn't have leveled unless I clicked temp speed here. It allows my units here to get the tower fast enough, and for these units to fly in here and take out this level 2 Sabertooth before these Steelballs die. So taking temp speed, you know, when you have like advanced power system and you're already ahead, can keep your units ahead on levels, which can create, you know, like a power imbalance, right? My opponent will still have level 1 units, while all my units are level 2. Look, level 2 Steelballs, level 2 Steelballs, level 2 Rhino, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? And that's a huge difference because level 2 units live much, much longer. They're way, way harder to kill. And actually level 2 Steelballs, they blow right through sledgehammers, right? Because they don't die. So keep that in mind if you're speed spec or anything like that. Being able to take these towers and level your units naturally without having to elite recruit is huge. So we do have a unit drop round with a bit of a bug here. This is Tarantula. But looking at this board, I think that the Mustangs or the Typhoons look best for Kepals, because I have Wasps now, right? So he has to be a little bit worried about Wasps. So he could take Mustangs or he could take Typhoon. There is a chance he could take Fire Badger to burn all my chaff, but does go with Mustangs. And actually, I also go with Mustangs because Mustangs end up being good against his Phantom Ray since he doesn't run armor on Phantom Ray. So specifically why I take the Mustang, because he doesn't run armor on Phantom Ray. On this turn, we range the Wasps here. We slot in the level 2 Rhino as well. Here, lots of pressure. We have level 2 Steelballs, level 2 Rhino, some Crawlers, and these Wasps here as well. Actually, I took the range back. I think I should have clicked range here, though, because it would allow them to stay back away from the Phantom Rays and get levels. I get some more Wasps, and I stick them here as well. Kepals has grabbed himself another HE Phantom Ray, and he's lined it up with my Wasps here. I grab another Crawler. I slot it in up here. Get more subsidized Steelballs. Kepals making a conga line of sledgehammers to delay the push in the front. His idea is he wants to take out the side, then he wants these units to turn and take out the remaining units here in the front, and he has leveled his tower. We're going to start pressuring the other side of the board now. So he already has this missile here. So I put Crawlers here. They'll eat the missile. And then these steel balls, hopefully, I'm going to put them right here. We'll take the tower, kill the arc lights, whatever, right? Just more for him to think about. That's what I'm trying to add more pressure. And we do have the tempo of the level 2 Rhino, so let's see how we do this round. Like I said, I should have clicked range on these wasps. He's already taken range on the Mustangs also. If I took range on the wasps, they would stay behind my blockers, and they would get kills, and they would get levels, which would be really good here for us, but I didn't take range because I wanted more steel balls, and it's like I'm sacrificing the power of the wasp by expanding my push over here. And good thing I grabbed the Mustangs because they are able to clean up at the end here. These level 2 steel balls in the center are still coming over and taking this tower on the left. So he needs to try and stop these steel balls in the center. Yeah, I'm already sort of winning and I have good levels. So I take the orbital jav here. There's not much else for me to consider. Mass-produced Scorpion, mass-produced Wraith. I don't want them mass-produced. I do want Wraith, but I don't want it mass-produced. And actually, I'm sort of waiting for like a unit drop round to get a Wraith. Couple skips there, and I take the Javelin. So he's going to Missile Strike. He has the Missile Strike. He's going to hit our Mustangs, and he's going to hit our Wasps here. Orbital Jav, I'm just going to use it on the Rays and the Mustangs here, since they're kind of stopping my push. I probably should have just aimed for these strong Phantom Rays. I think I was more worried about the Mustangs, but actually these Phantom Rays are a lot better than the Mustangs for him now that I have armor on the Rhino. So he will take out Wasp, he will take out Mustangs. We go with another level 2 elite recruited Rhino. I stick it here, so now I have 2 armored Rhinos on the flank and some level 2 crawlers also that I slot here. That's basically my whole turn. I also take speed. Kepals needs to slow these steel balls down. They keep getting through here and taking the tower. So now he's added a missile. He's added an HE Phantom Ray as well to guard against the situation I just created here. And he's also added vertical sledgehammers to also defend against the steel balls. I like his formations with these. He keeps putting the sledgehammers everywhere I have steel balls. So I have steel balls here, he has one here. I have 2 steel balls here, he has 2 packs of sledge. Steel balls here, he has a pack of sledge, right? He has 1 pack of sledge for each steel ball. He's matching them and he's taking them out with the Phantom Rays. If you have trouble with steel balls, do what he's doing here. These are really, really effective at slowing down these kinds of pushes. Kepals is a very smart player. Definitely take note of what he's doing here. This is a proper defense. We will lose the Mustangs here. We will lose the Wasps here. And we will lose our Crawlers as well to the Missile Strike. Let's see how these Rhinos do. The additional Rhino and the additional Crawler. Speed. And the Jav. That's my whole turn. So he does slow these down. A couple of them keep moving, but he does slow them down enough where they're not going to get to this tower. And he also has shut down my flank over here. He is killing my Wasps, but we do have the Rhinos getting in now. These Rhinos are super beefy with armor and speed. They are moving at 22, and they have 57.8 thousand health with armor. So they're blocking every shot from the Mustangs and the Fangs. They're blocking some damage from the Phantom Rays. These are beastly units. However, we've lost all our Mustangs, and so without upshoot, Kepals will win this round. So he finally stops the bleed by taking out all of our anti-air. Rhino is just trying to go anyway. By the way, this Rhino skin this season is awesome. I immediately grabbed it. The black and gold. It's such a good skin. All right, round 6. We do get some free units here. We get the Wraith. This is the unit I wanted. I need chaff clear here. Rhino, Wasp, Steel Ball, Crawler. There's no chaff clear here, and I really need it because look at all the Mustangs and Crawlers. You take the Wraith, and actually what I do, I'm trying to find a space for it, but I end up selling the Steel Balls, and now I'm going to have a Wraith here. Level 3 Wraith, so it's going to take out all this chaff. It'll allow our Rhinos to get to the tower quicker. I also take range on Wasps this turn, which is fine, but it ends up not being good because of what he does this turn. Kepals on this turn takes the 2 level 3 Stormcallers. He sells one, and now he's going to cheese our tower here. So he's going to immediately nail our tower with these Stormcallers, which is going to debuff me, and this is such a good play. I should have suspected something like this and I should have something here, right? I should have crawlers or something. Kepals on this turn goes with Fortress. He wants to go Fortress AA because of the wasps. I think it's a bit of an overcommit, right? Because I only have 2 untechted wasps at this point, but I guess these end up being good against rhinos. And he's probably played against this strategy enough where he knows like I might go heavier into wasps. So he's just going to shut it down before it gets going. Fortress can kill the rhino. Fortress AA barrage can kill the wasps. But Fortress AA barrage, not so good at killing wraith. So he does slam these here. I've also grabbed another level 2 rhino and stuck it right here in the front. I want something to just punch down all the stupid sledgehammers so I can get to his tower quicker. I don't have like a unit that gets through these fast, so the rhino should just be able to like bash his way through here. That's why I have the rhino here, and then I just get level 2 crawlers for this spot as well. Immediately take range on wraith too to keep it safe away from these phantom rays. So that's my whole turn, and his turn is Stormcaller and Fortress AA. Which will be great. Watch all my wasps disappear. He nails my tower with the level 3 Stormcallers. My rhinos are slowed. They're going to die to the Fortress, to the Phantom Rays, all of that stuff. Debuff is done. We added this rhino, so luckily we have lost our rhinos, but we have another rhino. So we punch through all the sledgehammers. We get to the tower. Man, these rhinos are badass. I've been using them a lot. Just give them armor, and now the Steelballs can take down the Fortress. We do have Mustangs, hopefully can take out Phantom Rays. But actually, now we're getting flanked from behind with Phantom Rays. So even though we take down, you know, most of his units, we take down the Fortress, all that. This debuff was so huge for him. Allows him to win the round. So he's starting to stabilize. So I need to try and expand my attack over to here now. This side is very weak for him. He still has a level 1 tower. On this turn, I take heavy armor. I put it on the Rhino. He also takes heavy armor. He's going to put it on his big Fortress. That makes sense. Honestly, there was like no other good picks there. So either he's going to keep this Stormcaller to like cheese this tower, or or he's going to sell it. So either way, a Rhino here sure does look pretty good for me. He's made his tower level 3 now. He does have a level 4 Phantom Ray, which is completely owning for him. He also has a level 2 tower. And the reason he takes level 2 tower is because he sold his Stormcallers. He suspects an attack here. Definitely suspects an attack here. Because, you know, this side is pretty developed for me, as well as the flank. And his defense is actually fairly formidable. So it's only natural that I would come over and try to attack this tower. That's why he made it level 2. Like I said, I am going to come over and attack this tower. We're going to get a Rhino. Level 2, we're going to elite recruit. So Rhino, Wraith, and a Wasp. So now we have the Wasp to kill Phantom Ray. We have the Rhino to take the tower. We have the Wraith to chaff clear. These 3 units in tandem are doing everything that I need. Chaff clear, DPS, tower taker. And also tank on the ground to absorb shots while these 2 units get it all done. On this turn, Kepals is oiling. He has bought more HE Phantom Rays, and he's taken range on them. So now they sit at 105 meters, which will always outrange my Wraith and always outrange my Wasps as well. Because he has Fortress AA, I'm actually selling out of my Wasps. Here, they're level 1. They're never going to level, and so actually I just don't need them. I just need this to exist and be a pain in the ass long enough now for this and this to get in here and here. Anytime you start to run into a wall, stop running into the wall and make a new attack. It'll allow this wall not to be as strong when this debuff is up. Kepals puts a missile. He does suspect some shenanigans on this side. So this missile will slow down my Rhino from taking this tower. And actually at this point, I'm starting to lone and temp range, temp speed. I am beaconing. And actually something I've been doing lately is I've not been beaconing my Wasps in with my other units. This allows them, to stay back and not get like murdered by like Fortress AA and like Phantoms or whatever else, missiles. I'm missiling out this Fang, and I take attack 1. The missile does slow the Rhino here. We do have the Giga Wraith, and actually our Wasps and our Wraith have pretty much taken everything out except for the Phantom Rays. The Rhino takes the tower. This Wraith is just surviving. during debuff and killing all of the things that are killing it. The Steelballs and the Rhino have gotten in the front. Steelballs take out the Fortress. Mustangs and Wraith and Wasps take out the rest. Very good round for us. We have him on death's door now. I immediately grab the Absorb mod, which is the best item on a Wraith. So even though he has AA Fortress and ranged Phantom Rays and ranged Mustangs, a Absorb Wraith will basically heal through all of this as long as I can take the tower and keep all my other stuff alive and his units distracted with like these units in the front. He does have his missiles up on this turn as well, so see how we're going to try and finish the game here. Kepals is still deciding on what he wants to take. He ends up taking the additional deployment here. We do have level 3 Steelballs here in the front. I've never even teched them. This is my best unit, my second best unit. He's going to hit our Mustangs this turn. He has taken the additional deployment. He's going to try and Stormcaller cheese our tower. So he wants to missile these Mustangs, and then he wants to hit my tower with the Stormcallers. Creative and funny play. And if it works, it will win him the round. I think he just sort of miscalculates here, though, because he puts the missile here. He puts his Stormcallers here, and I don't have range on my Mustangs. I've never taken range on the Mustangs here. Actually, all game, I've had range Wraith, range Wasp, and armor Rhino, and that's it. Those are all my techs. This turn, I did take Degen Beam on the Wraith as well. I want these units to do less damage while the Wraith heals. That's why I do this. If all these units are doing 40% less damage, and this unit's healing, it might be able to outpace all the damage being dealt to it. I just want to walk through this round because there's a lot happening in this turn. There's a lot of moving pieces, and this is a very close round. So he missiles our Wasps, he missiles our Mustangs. He does miscalculate this, though, because these Mustangs are going to run out of the missile strike, and they're going to kill this anyway. You can see they're out of range. And also, since I'm always taking speed, they're like even faster to get away from the missile strike. So he's deciding what he wants to do. He has a level 2 Fortress now here, still deciding how to spend his money. Again, we have Degen Wraith. I'm kind of thinking about how to spend my money. He goes with 2 Fortresses. He packs them in together like this. That would stop my Rhino push. I get Elite Recruited Steelballs as a blocker. Since he missiled my Rhino last turn, to slow it down, I have an anti-missile device to eat that missile so that the Rhino doesn't get slowed. He also picked up a Phantom Ray this turn as well. And he has a Stormcaller. Because he has additional deployment, he can get 4 units. Kepals missiles out these Steelballs. I get another level 2 Steelball. I want to do a big push here at the tower. Because I spec'd Fortresses, and I need a unit that can kill Fortress. So Steelballs. I am missiling out all of this chaff to try and just fly through here to get this tower. I really need this tower. He's missiling all of our Rhinos here as well. So he didn't take temp range this turn. I think that's a big difference for him. Okay, he does missile, but anti-missile device. Like I said, this misses, so we kill this. And actually, this is the best part of the whole game. The Rhino runs right between the Fortresses because he spaced them out. If he hadn't spaced them and left them together, that Rhino would never get through there. The Rhino threading the needle was my favorite part of this entire game. And actually, this side is capitulated as well because the tower went down. The Steelballs are dead. We do have this last Wraith. We get the tower with perfect timing so that we can take out these Phantom Rays. We have the healing Wraith just healing off all these units. Our Steelballs are wrecking his Fortresses, pushing through. With its dying breath, these 2 units trade with each other, which I desperately needed. The anti-missile device still absorbing the shots from the Fortress. Take down the Fortress. We take down our opponent, Kepals. Down goes Kepals. So this last turn was so many moving pieces. He missiled this to try and cheese my tower. I put the anti-missile device to block the missile that would slow down my Rhino. He had these 2 forts packed together, but he actually ended up spacing them out. If he'd left them together, I never would have been able to like push through there. This Rhino walked right between the Fortresses and took the tower. It's freaking amazing. That was my favorite part of the whole game. I thought that was absolutely hilarious because if it doesn't do that, I'm pretty sure I don't win this round. So everything went right. He miscalculated the missile strike here, and the Stormcallers never got to do what they needed to do. He missiled all our stuff, but when this tower went down, even though we had lost all these rhinos and crawlers and stuff, this Wraith with degen just existed and absorbed off of all of this. And then our Steelballs in the front, look, 350,000 damage, 300,000 damage. These two Steelballs were my best units. They were able to push up through, take the tower, take out the forts, and we win the game. What I wanted to do was I wanted to replay this round because this Rhino walked right between here. And actually, during his setup, he had them packed together and then he spaced them out. And I think that's just an automatic thing we do, right? Because it's like, I have the Orbital Javelin. I think when the game ends, you can't see it, but I have Orbital Javelin coming back next turn. He doesn't want to get hit with Orbital Javelin, so he spaces them out instead of keeping them together. But if we replay it where they're together, I bet it stops this and he gets to survive for another round. So let's replay the round as Kepals. All right, so he took additional deployment. He Stormcaller cheeses us. I'm just gonna play it exactly the same way as him, basically. He missiles out the Wasps. He missiled my Rhinos here. He missiles this. I think he put a missile right here. He sold this Arclight. Borrowed. Got two forts right here. I think this is where they were. Somewhere like this. He got another Phantom Ray to defend here. What else did he do? He leveled this. I think he missiles this Rhino. He didn't take temp range, but we're just gonna missile this. I know he had a missile here. I think he had a missile here too. Okay, so this time the fortresses are not spaced. So the Rhino won't be able to just like walk between them. It's just the most amazing Rhino beacon I've had in so long. I can't believe he walked between the two fortresses. All right, let's see what happens if he can't walk between the fortresses. Do I still win? All right, taking out the Steelballs. All right, Rhino is kind of punching the forts. Okay, yeah, we stopped this time, and because there's no tower debuff, you can kill my Rhino, my Wraith. Yep. And now my Steelballs haven't taken the tower yet, and now they're getting one shot by forts. Yeah. Okay, so he wins this round if he doesn't space these forts. So the spacing on his fortresses actually makes it so I can just like walk between them and take the tower, and that's like the whole reason I win the round. Without all the Stormcaller cheese and all this other stuff, right? He does win that round. But next round, that's a big round, actually. How much health did I have? 1852? Wow, I'm like on less than 100 health with that play. So next round, though, I do have like orbital jab, so I can jab these like forts and probably like beef this up and maybe still get in here. But he is starting to stabilize, right? So without this Rhino beacon taking the tower, he actually ends up stabilizing and probably beating me there. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.